Yes, people, welcome to another edition of Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, also joined by my fellow co-host, Mr. 20K subscribers now, Carefree Lewis G.
Yes, guys, we are
Yeah,
back. Big up all the guys who subscribed as well. If you're here, hit the subscribe button down Sarcasm City as well. You already know.
there you go in it. Lewis Day, he just said it there, man. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your way in. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share it also. And in the title of the YouTube video, you can subscribe to Lewis's channel and Blues Fans TV as well in it. So if you're a Chelsea fan, or even if you're a non-Chelsea fan and you just want to be entertained, I don't have bad people over here. You get what I'm saying and that. So make sure you hit the
Definitely
sub button.
entertaining the last few weeks, isn't it?
Entertaining. Hey, that's what it is as a Chelsea. If you're a non-Chelsea fan, make sure you lock in. You know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, Lewis, again, congrats on the 20K subscribers. What else you telling me? You're good. Obviously, minus the Chelsea results and that.
Yeah, I was about to say, other than Chelsea, it's been a pretty busy week. But if anything, Chelsea are the ones making my week busier because we've been absolutely dreadful the last week and a bit. Ignore the Fulham game as well because I don't care too much about that. That's the definition of a false image.
Hey, there you go with it. You heard it from the man himself. So if you haven't watched Agenda FC before, what it is us discussing opinions that we have that are so strong that people call them agendas or just any genuine agendas you do have. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we will get into the special guest. This is someone who is very opinionated, very funny, a Liverpool fan who is extremely, how do I put this, very honest in his assessment of his team. He's also the newest member of the Sarcasm City TV squad because he is now co-host of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So welcoming Ryan to the show. Ryan, what are you telling me?
Nah, man, you do the best intros possible, you know.
Damn right.
That's made me better after last night, you know.
I aim to please in it. You get what I'm saying? And I want people to be feel welcomed over here. I roll out the red carpet, the whole gold stands and everything. You get me? Paparazzi, the whole nine.
You already got people in the comment section vexed.
Yeah. People already mad at that. Yeah, people. But we'll get to the comments. People, don't worry. We'll get to the comments again. On your way into the video, hit the like button on the video, share it across all your socials, and subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. And make sure when you subscribe, you hit the notification bell. It is road to 2,000 subs. We're literally under 100 people away now. We're under 100 subscribers from getting to 2K subs. So let's get to that ASAP. So as you can see from the title of the video, it says Mo Salah is overrated and a fraud. And you would expect, being a United fan, a Chelsea fan, and a Liverpool fan, you would expect me or Lewis to have that opinion. But no, me and
Salah's
Ryan
fraud confirmed anyway. Hudson-Odoi is clear. Agenda will run. I don't care. I'm shameless about it. I tell you. Like, you saw me. I jumped straight on your live after you went top of the league against Fulham. I still call Pogba the dabbing Malumba any day of the week. You already know.
You did. I wasn't surprised. This is why I laughed. So we'll get into this then. So Ryan, why is Salah overrated and a fraud to you? Bear in mind, people, Ryan is a Liverpool fan as well.
All right, so
go on.
I'll start with the whole story of what I've thought about Salah. So his first season, obviously, he scores the 44 goals, and I'm like, you know, I loved him. How can you not, you know, he scored 44 goals? But then the next season comes, and I back him, and his performances in terms of in overall in the 90 minutes are so poor at times, you know. Like, he doesn't offer anything if he's not, you know, scoring. And he was so frustrating in that season in games, and I was like, but I kept backing him because of his 44 goal season. But the game where in that season where he played in, and I was like, nah, it's getting to the point where if we got the right price, I'd sell him, was away to Fulham. I remember that season where Fulham were really bad defensively that season, and I thought, Salah, if you can't do anything against these, then come on, man. And he didn't really do anything, and I was like, oh my god. So, and and it's just become even more frustrating as time gone on. It's like in games he's not really good to watch either. You know, I like players who.
Wow, man said he's not good to watch. You know,
he's horrible to watch. If you watch him to play, like a lot of rival fans probably don't watch Liverpool.
I've said this is Salah since Christmas time. It's peak.
But like if. That's actually true. That's facts.
But I say this, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So he's not entertaining to watch. Go on and continue. Go on.
To watch. If you watch him, his control of the ball is horrible. His first touch is horrible. When he dribbles, it's like he's running in quicksand. It's like he's horrible. It just looks so unnatural and stuff. and he gives the ball away loads. He doesn't keep it, and it's like, and then I don't know what it is with him. I just don't like
I love
watching
this
him.
show.
When
Big up,
when he's not,
big up. Wait,
when he's
sorry, I
not
just got a big up
Mm.
Lauren on the super chat. She said the pair of them are frauds, Mane and Salah. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue, go on. Continue, go on.
But with
Go on,
Salah,
Ryan.
it's like like I said, when he's not scoring in games, when he's not stat padding, he's not doing anything. It's like playing with 10 men. It's so frustrating, and it's got to that point. And the thing is, with
Wow.
me is that he's a system player for me. He's just the reason why he scores a lot of goals is because he's in a great attacking system. Or well, not lately, but obviously over the years he's been at Liverpool, and he gets he takes loads of shots during the game, and it's not exactly like he's clinical either. You know, you could look at someone like an Aubameyang, for example, and Aubameyang's someone as well. When he plays in games, but if he's not scoring, he doesn't offer anything really. But at least with Aubameyang,
Yeah.
you can say he's clinical when he gets the chance. Mostly, maybe
Right.
not this season, but mostly. With Salah, he's not even clinical when he gets chances, and I don't know. And I think at the moment his head's in Madrid as well. You know, he just looks absolutely lost when he plays. So, I've got no interest in keeping him at all. I just want him gone because I think we can do better.
So you want-
I genuinely think we could do better.
Wow. So don't you think it's the end to replace him would be tough? Would be tough considering how Klopp likes to play. Would that not be tough?
I don't think it would be tough because in those two wide forward positions, you see Klopp's system only requires you to really be quick and a good athlete. You know, Manny and Salah. Yo, big up.
Wait. Klopp's system. Big up Talks in the building. Klopp's system you only need to be able to be quick and strong. Is that what you just said?
In terms of in the wide forward positions,
Okay.
you know, because you look at Manny and Salah aren't talent. They're not got amazing. There's much better technically talented players in the whole world. You know, if you watch them, they're not, you know, amazingly talented. It's just that they've been coached so well and put into a good system, and that's what it is with Salah. I just think if he was in any other system, for example, maybe except for Man City because they play a very good attacking system as well, he'd look lost and he'd get nowhere near the stats that he does now. So that's the problem I've got with him.
You know what? As wild as it is what
wild
you're
to
saying,
hear,
if you look at if you look at Liverpool's recent form, he's got a point. You know what I'm saying? If you back up what he's saying, it is wild to hear in that. But if you look
Maybe
at
that's why he
Liverpool,
didn't
they haven't
work at
scored in
Chelsea.
5 games.
But I've
I
been saying
love
this.
that.
I've been like this with Salah for over a
Vindication.
year.
I love it. Salah flop confirmed. We move.
Go on, Ryan. Continue. Sorry, this is just really interesting to hear from the
And he
outside
got like
looking in.
13 goals in this season so far in the league, like 13 out of 18 or something like that. Like he's not doing bad for goals. Like
I think the problem is if a lot of rival fans, when I say this opinion, they're like, whoa, because maybe a lot of them don't watch Liverpool over a 90 minutes that like I do.
Yeah.
So they don't actually see the flaws in his game. You know, I
Right.
like players who impact a game over a 90 minutes in a positive way. And he doesn't do that at all. So, it's not like I've just become Salah out. I've been Salah out for over a year. Like,
what's a Salah out? You know, hashtag Salah out. You know,
Salah out for over
a year.
I've
So
actually
even
been-
in the
Salah, bro.
title-winning season, you were saying that.
Yeah, I was. Because I know we can do better than him, and he's frustrating to watch.
wow.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay, so who would you want to see him replaced with then? What's a dream player for
Obviously,
you? You can go out there
the
and say
dream-
anybody because you're Liverpool, innit? So any name goes.
Nah, Liverpool
Well,
ain't
the
got
dream
peas
will be
like that though.
Yeah, they ain't got a pull like that. That's
Yeah, but I
not-
still think we
No,
could
because
demand,
these
we
man
could
waiting
demand money for him.
Werner. I mean, obviously they lost a couple Kai Havertz and Timo Werner to yours truly, but they still have pool power like that.
I said, yours truly, you know, you're a fool, you know. Yo, just want to get to the super chat. You're a fool, you know. Big up Steven for the super chat.
Oh,
He says, big up Flawless, subscribe to the channel, everyone, and smash a like. Yes, smash a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you think Arsenal will be above Chelsea in 2 weeks' time, had to get that in. We're gonna get onto that because obviously, Lewis, we got a lot to. we got a
Hey,
lot-
you're on a
we
games
got
the
a lot
next
to
two
digest.
games, they're looking good either. Like, we're doing badly, but you're getting gassed off the same thing. We're getting gassed off. We got gassed over beating the lower half of the table. You're getting gassed over beating the lower half of the table. And us, but everyone beats us, so who cares?
Hey, them mid-table battles there. But yeah, Ryan back. So how come you was Salah out even when the title-winning season, when you're winning, or not winning Champions Leagues, but winning Premier Leagues?
Because I could tell that he's one of those where I just think we can do better than him. I think he just benefits from the system, and in times he's just so frustrating to watch. Like I said, and he's just not the sort of player I like really in terms of the way he plays. So,
That's
and I
I
fair,
can
want to
though.
tell
ask,
that.
like, what do you feel like Mane gives you over 90 minutes that Salah don't?
I think he's just more involved in games, to be honest. Mane sometimes as well, don't get me wrong, is frustrating, but at least I notice him more in games. Do you get what I mean? Even if he's not scoring, he'll still make an impact in some way positively. Whereas Salah is just invisible, or he's just detrimental. He just gives the ball away, and the ball
I
can't
said
stick with him at
detrimental,
times.
fucking hell.
He is so honestly. Sometimes he is. That's sometimes he
Detrimental,
is.
That's wild, yo. People in the comments, you got the comments going mad, Ryan. You have the
It's
comments
mad as
going
well
mad.
because you got 2 United fans, a Chelsea fan, yeah. Bear in mind, Salah was at Chelsea, you get me, and the Liverpool fan. And out of the 4 of us, it's the Liverpool fan that's riding on Salah. Like, this is wild.
No, here's the thing, though. I get his point in terms of his overall game. Obviously, I'm not watching Liverpool as closely as he does, but as a footballer, similar to why Rashford frustrates at Manchester United, certain United fans, similar to Aubameyang at Arsenal, it's that clutch moments they'll score goals. Rashford, our top goal scorer. Salah's helped them win Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues. But how are you impacting the game when you don't score? This is why Bruno he divides opinion, because when he doesn't score or assist, what does he offer? You get what I'm saying? And that's my issue. Bruno's, even though I rate him highly, is getting into that bracket with me. Because when he doesn't score or assist, which he hasn't recently, what does he offer? As your number 10. Look at the Fulham game that we just played. He was non-existent. And this is against 18th, 19th Fulham. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we can all celebrate and say top of the league, blah, blah, blah. But we needed a world-class moment to beat the team 18th in the league. That's a worry to me. You know what I'm saying? The goal was quality, but we needed a world-class moment to beat Fulham. Not Real Madrid,
like you were saying.
Barcelona. That's us. But then when I turn around and say, oh, Man United can't win the league, people are like, why? Because we need these moments to beat everybody. 99% of the games we win are due to an individual piece of brilliance, whether it's Bruno, whether it's Rashford, whether it's Pogba, whether it's, all right, Martial's been on form, but whether it's a Cavani goal or something, or Greenwood or somebody does something. So I get where it's a bit strong though, because if man win me a Champions League and a Premier League, is money in the bank for me, and so I wouldn't be calling him a fraud in it.
But this is where I get the other players as well, because I've been saying for a while that a lot of our players are just average. They're not that good, a lot of them, and it's Klopp's system for the last couple of years that's won these trophies, not necessarily the players. And it's got to that point with Salah where, I just want it gone genuinely. And Lewis asked me earlier on who would I get to replace him. We could still, if we sold Salah now, we could still demand a lot of money for him because of his kind of reputation. We could still get over 100 mil, I reckon, for him. So that could enable us to buy a good replacement. And
I'm not sure in this market.
I think that 100 mil ship has sailed with Salah. Like you had a moment to get 100 mil out of him. Like it was like a season or 2 ago, innit? I think Madrid would have came in, but I think that's gone now, innit?
Yeah. But I would like to. Obviously, the dream would be Mbappe. We've been linked with him, but I can't see it happening. I'll be honest. But I wouldn't mind Sancho. I wouldn't mind Sancho coming in to replace him, because even though people say he's had a poor season, he's just much more talented than Salah. That I think if he came into Klopp's system, he'd be better than him, in my opinion.
I imagine all those months of Sancho 2020 and he goes to Liverpool the next year. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I'd cry in it. Like I would cry in it.
That would be absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, I'd absolutely devastated.
No, Sancho, that's actually a realistic one as well, because I swear he wants his way out of Dortmund still.
Yeah, he's gonna come. He's gonna come to Old Trafford, mate. That's what it is, man. Like Liverpool aren't gonna get rid of Salah in it. So at the end of the day, like there's not gonna be no space for a Sancho in it.
I have a feeling he might go in the summer though, Salah. I just got that feeling he will. Because of the way he's been chatting as well recently, I've just got a feeling he will leave. And
where do you see him going? Where do you see him going though?
The only club he's been linked with is Real Madrid, and I can probably see him going there if I'm being honest. Because it's not worked out for Hazard over there either. So I think they might. I think they're just going to spend the money for him, but I might be wrong as well. I've just got this weird feeling he's going to go.
Right, might as well. So yeah, Lewis, you were saying Callum Hudson-Odoi over Salah. After hearing what Ryan's had to say, do you still firmly believe in that? What are you
I
telling
was saying that from before, but I'm gonna still say this right now because of pure bias, and I'll also throw a little bit into it and say the ceiling might be a bit higher. You'll never know. It's a lot of speculation, but maybe in 5 years we'll come and say he was. But we'll have to wait and see, innit? I can't say too much because then I actually sound serious and I'm gonna get roasted. You know, like that.
Nah, I hear you. So speaking of Liverpool, we'll stay on that, Ryan. You talking about Salah leaving. Are you worried about Klopp leaving?
No, I'm not worried about that. If I'm being honest, he said that in interviews that he's going to stay until the end of his contract, which I think ends in 2024. He'll see out his contract. He might leave then. I think he probably will leave then, if I'm being honest. But no, I've got no worries over Klopp leaving. If he leaves, then can't think about what's going to happen to us if he leaves. We'll be going back
where
to
do you go from
place and
there?
stuff. We'll be going back to place and stuff like that. Yeah.
Trent getting exposed again. I can't wait.
He needs to be dropped. The thing is, I rate Trent, but he's another one who Liverpool fans have overrated as well by calling him stuff like a generational talent and stuff. He's not.
More talented than Beckham, I was hearing.
Next Cafu, I heard.
And then when obviously he is being exposed because of the system, but he needs to be dropped as well. Even the stuff he's good at, his crossing has been dreadful. It was so bad yesterday. I heard he gave the ball away about 39 times yesterday. So I'm like,
that's a theme for him this season.
You're on mute.
Yeah, it happened. Wait, hey.
Flawless?
Yeah, that's you have a
froze.
You.
Yeah, he froze, bro. Are you back? You back?
Yeah. Oh, no, completely disappeared. But yeah, what were you saying about Trent again? Because I nearly had a point on that.
Because he's, like I said, us Liverpool fans have overrated him over the last few years by saying he's the best right back in the world and all that. He's not, and he never has been, and I've never said that he is. And the one, obviously, we've all known Trent's defending is shocking over the last couple of years, but the system has covered that over the last few years. But now it's come to the point where this season it's been his attacking play as well, which has been shocking. I mean, you saw yesterday, bloody hell, it was horrible. And I've been saying for time that I think he needs to be dropped and Milner to come in, because Milner played one game at right back, I remember this season, against Leicester, and I thought he was man of the match. He was so good that game. So I'm like, we need kind of, at the moment, an experienced head to come into that position and just give Trent a break, really.
I want to ask you a question as a Liverpool fan, innit? Because, I try to watch all games, but if Liverpool start winning, I'll switch over, innit? So, you keep talking about the system, and obviously we know Klopp's got a great system in it. So, what's going wrong with the system now for where people like Trent are being exposed?
I don't know. It's a weird one, that, because you've seen in some games this season we have been really good, like when we beat Crystal Palace 7-0 and games like that. And that weren't even long ago, even though it does feel long ago. But we've been struggling so much against teams who just park the bus recently. And, because United last week, you did defend deep and you were a lot more pragmatic than us in that game. And we've just been struggling. And the biggest worry is that we're not even creating chances in any of the games, really. That if we were creating chances, but we were missing them, I'd be angry, but I'd be like, okay, fine, but sooner or later we're going to get that, we're going to take them. But now it's just got to the point where that's worrying me, and it's not as if defensively we've been bad recently. If you look at our defensive record since Van Dijk got injured, it's not been that bad.
So, just to cut you off, Ryan, did it? So, I'm getting to the super chats, man. Relentless Football Talk. Appreciate the super chat. He says Salah, light skin Lukaku on the wing, fam. Yo,
I'm not having that. That's disrespectful to Lukaku, because when we put Lukaku on the right wing, he was doing bits, innit? Like, his output on the right wing.
When you say it, he wasn't too bad there.
Okay, so what we saying is Lukaku's a better right winger than Salah. Is that what you want to tell him?
That's disrespectful, bro. Like,
Agenda FC, you know where we're at. Agenda FC, you already know. So I'm right. We're calling it now. Lukaku on the wings, already clear of him. Then
listen, I'm just saying, if you look at the games where Lukaku did play right wing, and you look at his output and his numbers, Yeah, you can't argue the minute. Like I'm just saying,
We're
innit?
actually doing Lukaku over Salah. I can't be arsed, man.
Lukaku
Guys
over
in the
Salah,
comment
man.
section must be hating us right now.
Oh, I love this. And here's another super chat. Big up Stephen, who says 260 million to be in the same position, same situation as the worst Arsenal side in its history. I know we're shit. Our kids score more in a brothel than the Stars. Lewis, obviously that's aimed at you. Stephen,
Bro,
on you.
yo, we're talking about Liverpool today, man. Like, why are we talking about Chelsea for? I thought the whole talk was about Liverpool and the loss to Burnley. We'll talk about Chelsea later on, man. We don't need to talk about us right now. We don't need to.
It's what it is. Yeah, go on, continue, Ryan. Did it? We just had to get out of the way of the gender FC. We figured out Lukaku's a better winger than Salah. You were saying defensively, since Van Dijk has been injured, you haven't been that bad defensively.
Yeah, I know we can see we made a mistake for the goal yesterday, but defensively, it's not like we've been all over the place. If you look at our defensive record since Van Dijk got injured, it's not been that bad at all, really. Problem is, recently our attacking has just been hopeless, and that's the worrying thing. It's like we're not even good to watch now. It's so boring. Like, honestly, last night, even though we were domination and stuff, I never felt we were going to score a goal. Like, I just didn't have that. Like, over the last couple of years when we played, even if we're struggling in matches, I could always tell we were going to get a goal. But I just never felt it yesterday, and that's the worrying thing. And, you know, Burnley took their chance.
Fans not being in grounds is part of the reason why. Because I'm hearing a couple of your Liverpool fans saying that. I saw that thing with the Anfield rap going around there saying half the reason Salah's playing so poorly is because fans aren't there to get on his back or some shit like that.
Yeah, well, when I go to the games, I have heard a lot of when Salah. Well, I've done it as well. When Salah gives the ball away, like the 50th time in the game, it's like, "Oh, Salah!"
Ryan, don't lie. You be leading that. You be leading that. Don't lie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you
yeah,
be leading
yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, I sit in an area of the stadium where it's dead, so yeah, maybe you don't get as much of that. But it's now with Liverpool, it's like, honestly, I just don't know what's happened to us, man. It's just because I think the fans thing, the problem. I don't want to blame it on the fans because, you know, for me, you shouldn't need the fans to be able to play well. Do you get what I mean? And it's like every team's in the same position, and you know, until the last 3 games, our home form this season had been really good. You know, we'd won every game up until the last 3 home games, and you know, the majority of them weren't in front of fans. So I don't know. I just think a lot of these players are getting found out for what they really are, if I'm being honest.
I think bear in mind, like, you just won the league as well. Like, we see a lot of teams cave after they win the league, innit? Like, this happens a lot. It is difficult to go again after you've just won the league, innit? So it might just be a lot of different things going into it. But like when we just played you guys, that's the most confident I've been facing Liverpool in a while, because I didn't feel in danger. Like, it's like, you man can push on and get something in it. Like, we didn't feel like we was in danger at any point, really and truly.
Yeah, we were like, so go on.
Instead of the first, apart from, I'd say, the first 20, 25 minutes of the game last week, where we were actually doing all right. After that, we never really looked like scoring. I don't really remember us creating a big chance, if I'm being honest. And, you know, you lot had the better chances and probably should have won the game. So, I mean, we're actually lucky not to be 9 points behind you at the moment. But you know, if you look at our next game, it's away to Tottenham, and I think you guys have got Sheffield United, so it will probably be 9 points.
Yeah, man. Big on my bro JV and
Sheffield United next.
United play Sheffield United on Wednesday. 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 It's all right. It's all right, Chelsea. I mean, it's all right, Lewis, man. We're going to go clear with you lot in it. But you lot are worried about catching Villa and Southampton and them teams.
I can't like baby steps with us. I can't be bothered with top of the table. I just know you lot aren't winning the league, so I confirm it.
Oh, we do. I know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just enjoying this.
You're right.
Ride this.
Enjoy the ride. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know, innit? Like, from today, from when I see Aguero's going to be out a bit longer. De Bruyne is injured. Yeah, I'm like, yo, like, things are starting to align a bit, you know. I don't know, innit? Like, I'm not saying we're going to win the league, but
you know it's the hope that kills you. You know exactly that, because you'll feel it. I know if you're in the same form by the end of February, you're all going to feel it, at the very least a little bit. But that's going to make the collapse that much more painful. Like, I don't think you'll probably get clipped and everything. I don't believe you lot can win the league. I don't think Ole is going to take you there. I could be proven wrong. And if I get proven wrong, I'll hold my hands up and say, cool, Ole's a better manager than I thought he was. But I don't see no way he holds this team for the rest of the season. You got the whole second half of season 2. Go on.
I agree with you, and I don't like Ole in the slightest. But with that being said, we're starved of just a title run. I'm happy for just a challenge, innit? Yes. Just challenge. Just please just challenge.
17-18.
Just to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
No, I don't count 17-18.
No, because we were like 20 points.
That's not counted.
Yeah, okay, fair play.
So
challenge, that was done by December, like the first Manchester derby. Because you lot lost to City at home, and everyone was saying City are already clear at that point. You're right.
Yeah, we was done. Go on, Tux.
I'm just saying, like, the fact that it's nearly the end of January and we're at the top, I'm starting to feel a little something in it. Like, I'm starting to remember what this feels like a little bit in it. So I'm letting myself get carried away in it because I don't know when we'll next be back in this type of position. It's been 7 or 8 years in it, so I'm enjoying it for what it is right now.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I know Tux very well. So to hear him say this is not a shock because he loves getting swept away in nostalgia and the fairy tale and things of that nature. So this is not a shock. You know what I'm saying? I know Tux for youngs people.
I'm a dreamer in it.
He's a dreamer in it. It's MLK and then it's him. So it's not a shock to hear him say this.
You want to see Ole and Harry Maguire lifting the Premier League title hand in hand.
Yo, just for the banter in it, fam. Yo, like the fact that Liverpool had Henderson lift the league, like you will always have that in it. Because he should never be lifting any trophy, but the fact that happened, you will always have that. So our equivalent,
so much, in the last 18 months.
Oh, it's banter in it. Like our equivalent would be Maguire and Ole lifting the trophy in it.
Yeah, ours was probably Gary Cahill. That's probably it. When he was lifting the FA Cup.
But if you've got Ole and Maguire lifting the trophy, at least we had Henderson, which is a bit weird, but we had Klopp who won him the league title pretty much. So at least we had a good manager winning it us. Whereas if Ole won it, bloody hell. Honestly.
I've said this though. Like if Ole beats Klopp's Liverpool and Pep's Manchester,
he's going to beat Klopp's Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how we finish above you lot now.
If he beats both of those to a league title, that would make it so surreal, and that dents their legacy so bad. Because you're talking arguably two of the greatest managers in the Premier League it's been argued, and two people who are building legacies to get towards GOAT status. Like Pep's on his way there. I've said this: if Pep came to Manchester City, dominates, wins the Champions League, wins more Premier Leagues, if Klopp can dominate with Liverpool, that puts them in a different conversation. So for those two to get beat by Ole to a league title, it more than dents it. You get me? It more than takes the wheels off. That collapses the whole thing. If you look at who Fergie got beat by to league titles, it's prime Arsene Wenger. It's prime Jose Mourinho. You get what I'm saying? If you look at who Mourinho got beat to league titles by, it's the GOAT, Fergie. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you look at who Pep got beat by titles, it's your Ancelotti's. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking a whole different. So to put Ole in that category to say he beat both of you, man, at the same time, wrestling fans will know. Remember when Chris Jericho beat The Rock and Stone Cold? It's that. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're calling Ole Chris Jericho, man. Please, let's respect Jericho a bit more.
No. No. I rate Jericho, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that analogy in it. He's nowhere near Jericho's level, but I'm saying it's that level of shit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, speaking of which, unrelated topic. Are you watching the Royal Rumble?
How much wrestling no more?
100% I'm watching the Royal Rumble.
I might shout you then.
Yeah, shout me, bro. 100% I'm watching that.
Because a Rumble watch along might have to run.
I'm down for that. 100%.
You know what? I do like the Royal Rumble, so I might actually join for that. I always just watch Royal Rumbles to see
for the Rumble. Like, I'm already considering it. Once I've got people I can bounce off as well, like that'll be done. I back that.
Yeah, around there. Shout me for that, bro.
Cool. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Because I watch it every year just to see who comes back. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can get gassed like I'm 12 years old again. You know what I'm saying? And
calm. There'll be two different
big up Stephen on
so this will slap. Let's do it.
All right, big. Big up Stephen on the super chat who says Lampard and Arteta's new jobs, tactical advisors for clubs. That's why I know how Liverpool fans feel when I say beating Burnley at home ain't for anyone. Right, Stephen with all the smoke.
Tactical advisors. You think Klopp would win anything with either of them as tactical advisors? You just tell Trent to cross someone, we'll get a result.
That's all we did last night. That's all we did. It was
Yo.
just a Trent cross.
I can say, how many teams are doing this now? Just this crossing inshallah football.
Just crossing, yeah, honestly.
You lot, Arsenal had that for a spell. I don't know if you lot were bad if you had that spell as well where you were spamming crosses. I can only remember the
We did it, man.
David Moyes did
Moyes
it, innit? Yeah. I think we we put like 70 balls in or something.
No,
was it Fulham?
It was 87. It was Fulham. It was like 87. Yo, it got to the point where I was legit watching it with my younger cousins, and we started counting. We legit just started counting how many crosses.
We did that in the fucking Morecambe game. We had six crosses by 4 minutes in. Jesus, literally more, bro. It was bad. It slowed down a bit more towards the end of the game because it's fucking Morecambe, innit?
Moyes is the originator, you get me. You man are trying to copy Moyes out here from. He was onto something. You get me. Moyes was onto something.
Just copying people like that.
Yeah, really and Klopp's out here getting praised
like
for
Lampard's
it now.
just starting the siege mentality thing now because he's now sending for some of the journalists. You see what he was saying in his press conference today? I'm sending for the Athletic now.
Okay, yeah, he called a journalist. Did he say a social media journalist? He said that's how you're moving, like a social media journalist. Like you're trying to just get a response.
Yeah, because he was asking them. What was his name? The guy's name's Liam, I think. He was asking Lampard about the confidence around the dressing room, and Lampard was like, "Well, if they're reading articles from you guys in the Athletic, then there's no reason why their confidence would be down." And he's saying he's basically blaming them for putting the articles up. And if it's a way to take the pressure off the players and put it on himself, like Jose always used to do, cool. Yeah. But it feels like we're just copying what Jose Mourinho used to do, and it don't really feel like it has the same sort of effect. Like they weren't wrong to put that article out. The article was there for a reason, and if we beat Man City, they would have posted a completely different article. But no, they have to go the negative agenda because it's negative around the club. Like we always say, like anything involving media, if it's based around Chelsea or based around a football team, is always going to just showcase the mood around the club at the time. If it's a negative vibe, there's going to be negative news, negative articles. No one's going to talk positively, especially when we've had 2 league wins in our last 8 or 9, and they were both false images. So, of course, we're going to be negative. It didn't seem smart from Frank Lampard, and I can't lie. His press conferences have gone down the pit the last few weeks, and that was one of his best things. Like, I could see us take an L, listen to Frank Lampard, and come out of it and be like, okay, you know what? I feel less angry about that result as I used to. Now I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, what the fuck do you mean? Like, we're losing to Leicester. And he's saying it's yet again individual problems and yet again individuals that didn't play to their full potential. Cool. When that happens consistently, though, who's to blame? Is it the individuals or is it the manager that isn't motivating them and isn't getting the best out of them?
Facts. You know what I'm saying?
It goes both ways. And this is me as someone who wants to see Lampard succeed. But there's a reason why I ain't been saying Lampard in as much as I used to, because there's no reasons to be Lampard in right now, or no serious reasons, unless you're biased. You can be biased, I don't mind that, but that's the only reasonable excuse you can have right now to be Lampard in, because you just want to see him succeed over the greater good. That's the only acceptable excuse. If you give me a tactical reason, I'll be like, well, that better be a very fucking good reason that can push me onto your side as well, because other than that, I don't want to hear it.
So I just want to say in the comments, let me know, Chelsea fans, this is specific because Will, we're going to get to your super chat. Let me know if you're Lampard in or Lampard out and let us know why. Also, big up Will on the super chat who says, can't wait for Tuchel or Nagelsmann, Lampard out. And he's been Lampard out for a minute. Ever since he's been watching different shows, he's been Lampard out. He has. But you don't want Tuchel or Nagelsmann, do you, Lewis?
No. I'll take Nagelsmann. It's just he ain't coming now. If he's going to come, it will be at the end of the season. Tuchel, from what I've heard, the club don't even want him, so we can all forget about Tuchel happening anyway, which is why it looks like we're going to stick with Frank Lampard till the end of the season. If we are, fine. Like, I'm not going to put any extra criticism on this guy's head. He's one of the greatest legends this club's ever had. And I'm still going to hold that, but I can also separate the coach from the player. As a coach, he ain't all that. If he's going to be here till the end of the season, I'm not just going to throw excessive amounts of stick at him. I'm going to have to get behind the wheel again and just hope we get something going off. But I have no reason to be confident right now. Our run of games after Tottenham is peak. It is so bad. And it genuinely, the way we're playing, we might make the Europa Conference League at this rate if we're lucky. I'm thinking if we don't get top 4, go get 10th or something again. Like, I don't even care. I don't want Europa League football. We can go there and stat pad another Europa League as much as we want, but the football's absolutely dreadful. The Conference League would just be an absolute embarrassment, but we're one of only 4 teams in Europe to have won every single European trophy. So If you want to open up another European competition, calm. We'll go stat pad that one as well once and we'll forget about it. I don't care too much. We'll play the youth team. I don't care. We'll have another 16-17 season and just walk the league.
Guys say just walk the league, I don't understand Nagelsmann. I don't understand the Tuchel hype though. I don't know what he did. If I missed it, what he did that is so great that people are talking about him for top jobs. He's linked with Chelsea. He was linked with Manchester United also, and I don't know why. Like, this guy manages at PSG, manages two of the best attacking players in Europe, and they don't even play good football. Yes, they win the league.
Here's the thing, like Tuchel, I'll take because he's flexible, and I'll also take because he had issues with the other two clubs he was at, but there was also surrounding reasons for that. Borussia Dortmund, they're selling his best players every single year, so he's obviously going to have an issue with that. PSG had issues with Leonardo, same way who doesn't have issues with Leonardo. He's one of them owners that you're always just going to beef. Like, I remember Thiago Silva had issues with him. That's half the reason why he came to Chelsea, because he was trying to force him out the side after an amazing season last season he had for them. So both of those situations, yeah, okay, it paints a bad picture as a manager, but I can also understand both of them. And you look at Chelsea, you got a team full of perfect depth. If you just find a system that suits the players, you have an amazing squad that can go for a title challenge. If he has a different style of play, maybe he needs a few additions. But you lot gave Frank Lampard £250 million with 1 year's worth of experience. You can give Tuchel whatever he wants for one season. I don't care about that. You can make Tuchel work, but the club don't want him anyway, so you can forget about it.
Big up my brother JV. Also, he's switching back to Henderson and Liverpool. He said, if Henderson can lift anyone, can blood, I don't give a F. But Anti could have won the league in that midfield last season. They did F all. And big up JV. Ryan, you're someone as a Liverpool fan who's highly critical of Liverpool's midfield, especially Henderson as well. And Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, Ronaldo and Henderson are the main two culprits for me. But obviously we brought Thiago in the summer, and he's brilliant. Like, obviously he's not been. I've just got that bad feeling the way he's played recently that the plays around him, the rubbish midfielders around him, going to bring him down a level. Do you get what I mean? Are going to make him look worse than what he is, because I know I think everyone knows Thiago's a top player.
Yes,
but
without question.
Yeah, exactly. But when you've got Henderson did play yesterday, but when you've got Henderson, Van Wijnaldum in midfield with you, there's only so much you can do at the end of the day. And Van Wijnaldum, I've already said that for ages, he's a fraud. Like, I want him. He's number 2 fraud at Liverpool for me. And Henderson, yeah, he might be a great shouter on the pitch and a great leader, but as a footballer, he's so average. And I said, part of I want to enjoy watching my team as well. I want to enjoy watching my individual players, and no one can tell me that they enjoy watching Jordan Henderson in midfield for us. Yeah, like come on.
Some of your fans can tell us, and they'll go on for hours about it.
This is so refreshing to just have a Liverpool fan that just keeps it real, fam. Because if you ask Stroll, Henderson's the guy in it.
Yeah,
so refreshing.
Henderson's a good leader. He's just an average footballer.
The passion merchant in it, but that don't count for much for me. Innit? That don't count for much.
Proper passion merchant. Yeah. And Van Wijnaldum's just a fraud anyway. He's rubbish. I don't get that why fans rate him. He's rubbish, Van Wijnaldum.
I can't lie. I'm probably going to be rewatching this stream afterwards. There is a lot of material for me, and I haven't bullet pointed any of this, so I'm definitely coming back to this. This is glorious.
Oh my, isn't it? So back, because obviously we were talking about Trent as well, because it seems that Ryan, you seen this poor run of form coming, because you're very cool, calm, and collected about this. You get what I'm saying? Obviously you're not happy about your team losing, but you're not ranting and raving on streams about it, because you know the deficiencies of your team. And you said a lot of your players are system players, and now certain players ain't there. The system's not working as well. You're seeing the flaws in players like your Hendersons, Wijnaldums, etc.
Well, I do all my ranting and raving.
Go on.
Sorry, I do. I do all my ranting and raging at home, to be honest. So, so by the time I come in here, I'm more calm. So, now if you saw me watching a Liverpool game, you'd see how angry I'd be getting during it. But I wouldn't say I saw this bad form coming. I mean, maybe I saw a couple of dodgy results. But when we beat Crystal Palace 7-0, which was the last league game we won, I saw our next few games: West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton, Man United, and Burnley. And I would have thought, we could get a good few results here, and I never expected this to happen. So, but I've always known that a lot of our players are just average system players. So, and like I said, they're getting found out for what they really are now.
Yo, big up Stephen again on the super chat. He's talking to you, Lewis. He said, I can't DM you. He said, I can't DM you to do a stream. Everyone's welcome to join me on one of my streams, raising awareness of liver disease through following football.
I recognize that name, Stephen.
I think he was here last time, but everyone, make sure you subscribe to his channel first and foremost. Secondly,
I'm sure I've messaged this guy on Instagram. I'll have a look after the stream. I'm sure I've messaged you on Instagram. I'll have a look, though. Big up yourself anyway. I remember the stuff you were chatting to me about liver disease. So I hope everything's better for you and your family right now. But big up yourself anyway, man.
That's it, yo. Big up Stephen. Like I said, if you're trying to get him monetized, so then all the super chats and all the revenue and monetization will go to raising awareness of liver disease. Obviously, Stephen will be able to tell you more about that as well. So make sure you just subscribe to his channel. He's an Arsenal fan, does watch alongs, etc. Hilarious over there. Trust me, I've been on the channel a few times as well. Big up JV, who says this is funny. He says, Henderson is the passion prime minister out here. Good talk, but can't deliver. You're joking.
That's quality, yo.
You're joking. That's quality. Big up JV. Big up Jansen.
It was.
Yeah, big up JV. Say that again, Lewis. Say that again.
No, because I'm hearing all this passion thing. I'm trying to remember what player we had that reminded me of just a giant passion merchant. But I can't remember for the life of me. That's all.
It's one of them, innit? But people always like to label players passion merchants and that. With us, it's McTominay now. He's the one now. It was James and now it's him. Now it's McTominay and that. Big up Jan City also in the chat as well.
But he always has a straight face, so it can't even be him.
Barkley can ball though. I wouldn't call him a passion merchant.
Yeah, Barkley's got talent. He's not a passion merchant.
Nah, he's not. He's a ball progressor with dead end product. The same way with all of them.
I'm
glorified William. That's all he is.
Glorified
William, except he plays an attacking mid, but the same way he only does the same things William can do: progress the ball and have a brain fart in the attacking third.
He was supposed to be the next Rooney, man. I remember when that was a thing.
We wish
he was breaking through at Everton.
I've had to deal with this bum for 2.5 years, and now everyone wants him back. He's producing semi-decent performances at Aston Villa. Like that's not his level.
That needs to be spoken about more. You get me?
Go on, Tux. Before I get to the super chat,
that needs to be spoken about more in it because people really was trying to say Barkley was the next Wayne Rooney, and I've seen that hella times back when he came out in it. So for where he is now, he just didn't get anywhere close.
But that's it.
I don't get why people rate this guy because I think, cool, if you watch him, you probably just see a few comps of him beating a few players in the middle of the pitch and you think it's decent. How about you watch his end product? I can tell when this guy has flopped the pass. I can tell just from if he stops for a split second, like, nope, we've lost the counter attack. And 9 times out of 10, we lose the counter attack. If he could get that final ball, right, then he would actually have a baller on our hands. But if you can get the ball from the defensive third to the attacking third and you can't do anything with it, what the fuck have you done?
The last time I remember.
That's the difference between a Ross Barkley and I would say Kovacic, but even Kovacic ain't doing that final ball right now. So he's just moving like Ross Barkley too.
The last time I remember Ross Barkley in a
go ahead.
The last time I remember Ross Barkley in a counter attack, he knocked us out of the FA Cup last season. So,
and you know how many people are holding on to that like it's the only good thing Ross Barkley's done because it literally is his biggest moment at Chelsea. That and the 96 equaliser against United, that's all he's known for at Chelsea and nothing else. He hasn't done anything else other a few jammy free kicks.
Here's the thing, though. Tux touched on it, though. It was the hype of him, innit? If he wasn't hyped up to be what he was, the way he's at Villa now, everyone be talking, good baller. Because he was hyped up.
We go on to
etc., etc. He was gassed up, you know what I'm saying, before he had legit done anything. And we see this with players time and time. Players get gassed, especially English players, get gassed up, and then they don't amount to much. You get what I'm saying? There's so many. I bet if we went through the list of English young talent, and it's like, he's the next guy. And man just fell off. You get what I'm saying? And I think Declan Rice is going that way.
But with us, like, he can't even have like a big transfer fee to look back on because we only got him for £15 million. That's the only reason why I wasn't completely fuming with it because our 17-18 activity was an absolute laugh. But I could look at Barkley and I was like, 15 million, whatever. If it works out, cool. That's an amazing deal. If it don't work out, Mourinho will still get profit for him. So I don't care too much about it. But now we've had him for too long. I know he wants to stay at Barclays. So like, personally, yes, stay there. That's your level. I'm happy with that. Just go. I don't want him back. And anyone who tells me they want Barkley back is just a massive revisionist.
There we go with it. Big up. I'm gonna call it. Yeah, you've super chatted before because I remember I couldn't say your first name, so I'm just gonna call you Kundeti. Big up for the super chat. He says, second, the Liver Disease Foundation, amazing stuff, 1000%. He also says, what's the best stadium and away experience in England? So obviously Lewis and Ryan, they've been to more grounds than I've been, so they'll be able to answer this better. But in terms of best stadium, obviously as United fan, I'm gonna say Old Trafford. You know what I'm saying? Electric. I went to, I think it was the quarterfinals and the second knockout leg of the Champions League the year we won it in 08. Shit was electric in that. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say that before I could cuss out Anfield.
It'll be back.
And I won't gonna say his ground, and he knows that.
Yeah, and in terms of away, I've been to Goodison. Goodison was popping. Actually, that being said, we was making all the noise at Goodison, and they battered us that game. It's the 4-0 we lost 2 seasons ago. They were hella quiet. Like, we were singing 4-0, and you still don't sing. Like, we outsung their whole ground in that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's weird about United, man. Like, our away fans, like, for me, are the best in the world, innit? But, like, the home stadium, like, it's like...
they're up there.
Yeah.
Like, I rate your away fans, but low-key from Chelsea... I hate to say it, Spurs are loud, and so are Crystal Palace. I put Man United creative away fans. I'll give you that. You got more chance than I think 3 different clubs would have combined. Like, I'll give you that. You lot come up with chance like that every single time. So you're the most creative away crowd, but that's about it. In terms of sound, like, you're about as loud as every other away crowd is. Big up Yan City as well for shouting out the 2 worst grounds to ever travel to for an away day: Goodison Park and Selhurst Park. Half the seats.
Goodison ain't bad. When I was at Goodison, I enjoyed it still.
Goodison ain't bad. The concourse is so cramped. Half the seats are restricted view, and they don't even classify them.
You got the poles, haven't they?
Yeah. Hole in your way. Yeah, you know, Ryan. Yeah, Goodison Park stinks, and it looks like the ground's falling apart.
It looks like it's falling over.
Yeah, Devon Selhurst Park. They need renovation ASAP, man.
You're getting a new stadium.
Reek. But yeah, the best away experience. I low-key rated Huddersfield. Huddersfield was a nice away there, and they had the loudest home fans by a mile. Like, I really wish they didn't go down as quickly as they did.
Woo! Ryan, same question to you. Best stadium and the best experience you've had in England.
I've never been to an away game with Liverpool. That's the thing. I've only just been to home game.
Yeah, fair enough. I hear that.
Obviously, I've been to Wembley, but to watch Liverpool, but that's it really.
Oh, right, okay.
I could just go from what I've heard from people, to be honest.
No, I hear that. Yeah, because like I said, the only away Premier League game I've been to is when I went to Goodison and that, and I've been Loftus Road. You know what I mean? I went to watch.
Bro,
what's it called?
You've only seen QPR away and Everton away.
Nah. It was
away ground.
Nah, you know what it was. You know what it was? It was Fulham versus Middlesbrough. That's what I went to watching. Yeah, I'm saying that.
As the neutral, cool.
Yeah, I went as neutral. You know how long ago this was? Salah was playing for Fulham, and he scored twice on that day. That's how long ago this was.
Mad.
Yeah. Because I got family in London, innit? So when I was up there, and then my pops was like, "Do you want to go to a game?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" So I managed to go. You get me to watch Fulham. It was a good game as well. 5-goal thriller in that. You know what I'm saying?
Championship football's where it's at.
Yeah, big up Will, who says hashtag bring back Sarri. Are you on that?
Bring back the Don, man. He was the one doing a real project. I get why he had to leave. And again, with Lampard's first season, even Lampard up to now, it's cool. I already said if Lampard leaves and he gets sacked tomorrow, he don't even get sacked in a bad way. Like, he was just left as a great transitional manager, and the team's perfect, whoever walks in next. Maurizio Sarri, though, left at the right time because I think Lampard's first season would have been better than Sarri's season. And even though I always say Sarri's second season is the big one for him, that's where you really start to see Sarri ball. We had a transfer ban. We had no Eden Hazard. And he plays a specific style of play, and he don't change to it. Lampard, to his credit, was versatile in his first season, which is why it's even more baffling that he's lost all that versatility now. Because it's like, first season Lampard, with this squad, probably title challenges. Straight up. Like, I would believe in first season Frank Lampard. This Frank Lampard is different, but if you give Maurizio Sarri this squad, like, Timo Werner looks like an absolute bum right now, but give him 1 year of
is
playing liquid football under this guy. He knows how to turn mid-table teams into title challengers. So imagine when you give him a team of this quality, it would be ridiculous. But obviously, our fan base had to move like absolute dickheads towards him, and he felt homesick. So
yeah,
you know
you fully disrespected Sarri.
If it's the karma that we're all eating, fine. It's the reason that those dickhead match fans that we have to suffer through it. So it is what it is. But I was sorry until the end. So of course I'll bring sorry back in an instant. The only thing is we'll get him off them cigarettes. I got something better for him. But other than that, we're all good.
You might need to get him a vape thing or something like that, man. You know what I mean?
This guy was munching on cigarette butts on the touchline. Bro, I know Chelsea are stressed, but yo, we need to get you off that shit, man. Apparently the guy was smoking in the training grounds and shit. Like, players are doing like training matches. He turned to your right, sorry, he's busting another ciggy out. he was jokes, man. But he was a serious manager too, and he got heavily disrespected.
So JV's back to the point of talking about players getting Adam Smith Rowe, in it. Get me the Croydon and De Bruyne and all this. Get me the next Xavi. I've seen all these type of things. Man's played like 4 or 5 matches.
Too much of him, you know?
He looks a good player, but they overhype him.
Yo, the Croydon De Bruyne, you know, you get what I'm saying in that. That's fair. Like, relax. If you're gonna call him the Croydon Mark. Things get out of control. Call him the Croydon Mark Albrighton and that, not De Bruyne. You get what I'm saying? Let's not forget that, innit, man. You get me? Let's not forget that.
They get carried away with everything, man. That's why I can't stand their fans, bro. They get carried away with everything.
But what makes it more beautiful is when they do eventually hit that brick wall, which always happens to Arsenal.
Every time.
It's lovely.
It is always good, that.
Yeah, it's lovely. Jan saying there, talking about White Hart Lane away from home. Saying White Hart Lane is awful. Actually thought it was going to collapse on my head. Their new one is probably the best one now. I was like,
I hadn't done White Hart Lane away, to be honest. Not the old one. I've done the new one, not the old one.
Okay. I'm surprised you haven't done the old one.
Nah, do you know how hard it was trying to get tickets for those back in the day? Especially because the first time I actually had enough points for it, it was the last season at White Hart Lane, and everyone wants to go around for the final experience and everything. But we got smacked 2-0, so I'm glad that we did.
There you go. She's also with more propaganda. She says Wembley is the best Etihad South. Yeah, both quiet. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Etihad's quiet. I say this all the time. And Etihad's not far from my house. There's a big ads though across the way from the Etihad, and there's more people in there. I'm telling you right now.
I'd call us to Wembley, but we've like won 1 in our last 5 there or something. Our recent record stinks.
Yeah, our record at Wembley isn't that good recently.
It's like 2 losses to Spurs on the bounce, 2 losses to Arsenal on the bounce. No, 3 losses to Arsenal on the bounce. No, we're not counting Community Shields. Fuck that. And 2 losses to Man City on the bounce. If we count Community Shields, it's 4 losses in a row to Arsenal. But they'll probably count that.
They probably will.
They do count that. Arteta's won 2 trophies, you know. That's what they say.
Yeah, 2 trophies in a month. Absolute fraud, man.
Yeah,
like, I get our manager
that as well.
Their manager is the false image. He's only getting more game time over wins against Frank Lampard. Like, really? Even your manager's gone 3 in a row against fucking Lampard.
That's true. That's a valid
Magic. Sheffield United nearly did the double against us last season, for fuck's sake. West Ham did do the double against us last season. You're getting gassed over 2 wins over Lampard. Come on now.
Shout out JV says White Hart Lane was a shithole. I felt in danger there, fam. Tried to watch it with a pole in my grill. Wanted a refund.
Is it really that bad? Okay, I'm glad I didn't go.
Yeah, I've never been in it. But obviously, hopefully with this whole lockdown, whenever this lockdown does end, man can start getting to away games. So that was the plan before the first lockdown. And me and JV spoke and was like, all right, let's get to some away matches and that. And then boom, lockdown hit and took away football and that. Just devastated. Just shook everything up. But yo, everyone who's watching, yo, hit the like button on the video, share it, subscribe, mods. Let me know how many likes we are on. Where I keep saying this. Where else are you getting these lineups on a daily basis? You get me? Other than Sarcasm City TV, your barbers is closed. Even your barber's not delivering these level of lineups.
Damn right, barbers closed.
Barbers are closed, isn't it? Yeah, they said you look like, was it Eusebio? Is that who they compared you to?
Yeah, prime icon Eusebio, man. It's bad.
Let's go. But yeah, mods, let us know how many likes we're on. Hit the like button on the video, subscribe. We are now under 100 subscribers away from 2,000 on Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel as well. He just hit 20k subs. And Blue Fans TV. They're both in the title of the video. Yeah, man, Lewis out here working, winning, trolling 20k subs and that. So it's great when Chelsea lose and he's just on one and that. When you just go on and I just know you're
It's like
pissed.
a penance for all my sins on the timeline or some BS.
Yeah, man, you and your Andrea Christensen, you get me, AC Hive stuff and all that. But yeah,
I hope he starts on Sunday. But same way, if we lose to Luton, my agenda might be in the mud.
Yeah. You just can't lose to Luton. You just can't. But yeah, Ryan, blessed for jumping on. Anything? I don't know if he froze. Is he back? There you go. I seen you blinking.
Yeah.
I thought you were frozen. But anything you want to add in regards to the Mo Salah is an overrated and a fraud? Can you change your opinion on it, or is that what you're just thinking?
I would like him to change my opinion, but it's been going on for me for about over a year, so I can't really see him doing it, to be honest. I just want him gone, to be fair, and we can get someone better in.
Someone did ask that. Who do you want, actually? So you said Mbappe. Before we go, you did say Mbappe. Is there anyone else, like 2 or 3 other options who you would like to see?
I'd take Sancho. Like I said before, I'd take Sancho. But I think there's, I can't. One's not really coming at off the top of my head, but there are some who I think are better than him, and if they came into this system and team, would be better than him because they'd be more talented. So yeah, I think we can easily replace him, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. And yeah, I think that's everything. Talks. Anything else you want to add before we bounce?
No, I'm just a content football fan right now, bro. Like, I've got nothing to moan about. You get me? Like, it's weird, bro. It's weird, man. It's weird. I've got nothing to. It's been 8 years of being in the mud. You get me? So this is weird now, bro.
It's great.
Like, I can pick things, but it's like I can't really say much right now, innit? It's like everything's going all right, man. So.
And you think we're gonna win it as well? That's the crazy thing. You actually think we're gonna win?
I'm allowing myself to get carried away, bro. Yeah, I'm hoping, manifest it in it.
I can't jump on that bandwagon in it. Yo, Lewis,
come on, bro.
I can't, fam, in it. I just don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it. I don't. I can't. I would love to be able to get behind it, but I can't. I'm just gonna enjoy this and ride it till the wheels fall off. I think
the players might take us there, innit? You got Pogba scoring worldies with his weaker foot. You get me? Like, the players might just drag us there, innit? I don't know.
You reckon we can individual brilliance our way to a league title?
In spite of the manager, yeah. Okay.
You reckon so? I don't think.
Why not?
Especially in a season like this.
You, man, get ready to get flamed by the Ole in-lot if that ever happens. You're finished.
Oh, the thing is, I'll be too happy to be even worried about them. You know how shameless I will be, Lewis.
Anyway, no, but those lot, they'll be toxic enough to ruin your title celebration. They'll be like, no, you can't celebrate this. You didn't back Ole. This title isn't yours, bro.
Bro, they're at it already. You get me? They say it after every win. Oh, where's the Ole outlaw? It's like, shut up, man. Like, just let me celebrate, innit?
Let me celebrate.
Exactly, man.
When we lose, I don't say where the Ole in is. I don't be like, where the Ole in is. No, I'm upset that my football team lost in it. I want to be wrong about this guy. So if he leads us to a league title and then resigns, that's an ideal world for me. Win this league title and then resign. That's the ideal. That's the ideal thing
that Manchester United. I'm out of here, guys. I'm cool.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to win the league title, resign, go out on top, say F you to everybody who doubted me, and then bounce. And then become an ambassador or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
I can't lie, that'd be some real G shit if he did that.
That's it.
Yeah,
ride off into the sunset. Ride off into the sunset. You get middle fingers and that, like packing the whip. You get what I'm saying? And that. Just do that and a dip. That's what I want. And then we get a proper manager.
This guy's gonna go again, bro. Like he's gonna go again.
No, he is, because he believes in him. What's gonna happen? He's gonna do a Di Matteo or Ranieri at Leicester. That's what's gonna happen. And it's like, I don't want that for you. You get what I'm saying? I don't want that for you.
What was it, calling Di Matteo a naive manager just after he beat him like 3 weeks before he got the sack. And it's the same thing happening with Lampard and Hasenhuttl and Boz now, because they're all coming out saying, hey, you're not playing Werner the right way, or you're not playing the Havertz the right way. These men are coming out in press conferences straight up undermining our manager. It's crazy.
That's what happens with Solskjaer, though. You get me? That's exactly what happens with Solskjaer. It's just agents that do it instead, isn't it?
Yeah. And then him and Van Persie said a few words about him as well, but it is going well. So it's kind of like, you can't really say too much. Could it be better? Yes, because I look at the points we've dropped. Because to me, if we have a top quality manager in charge, I'm with Tux. We're winning this league. That's what I would be saying. But the only thing that makes me doubt this title challenge is the manager. This is why I hope. Literally, that's literally it. Literally, the only thing is stopping me from jumping on this bandwagon is I'm like, you'll get things wrong. You'll get too much. I look at the Liverpool game. Right, a draw is a great result away at Anfield. Always a good book. Burnley just went there and won. So why
I
can't
look
we
at
do
I look at the Fulham result and like it's like you still ain't making changes when you're supposed to. You get me? Like it's still the issues are still there. You get me?
that? Yes.
They're still there.
The issues are still there, but when you have a player who can bend it bottom bins with his weaker foot from outside the box, you get away with it.
Goal.
But the thing is, you need a world-class goal to beat Fulham.
Mm.
And that's us. You know what I'm saying? We rely on individual moments.
I mean, look, we basically needed the exact same thing against 10-man Fulham, so I'm not going to sit here and mock that. If Areola doesn't palm a shot across the face of goal, like we draw 0-0 to 10-man Fulham, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's the keeper. Yeah, the keeper made a terrible mistake, but he made a mistake for us as well. He made the Fulham keeper, Areola.
Yeah, that was your first goal, wasn't it? It was the exact same thing. He palmed it straight to the middle of the goal.
Yeah, man. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? When he was playing against you, I was like, what is he doing? Obviously, the Cavani when I was celebrating. Go on, Ryan.
Yeah,
what was you going to say?
That's the difference between Liverpool and United this season. We played Fulham away about a month or two ago. We drew 1-1 away. We went 1-0 down at around the same time that you lot did, but we could only come back and get a draw. You had the individual quality in a player like Pogba to win the game for you, and we don't have that.
So
That's
imagine how
in our teams.
So imagine how far we'd be clear if with the players we had a top quality manager to go.
If we swap managers, we'd be mid-table. You'd be clear at the top.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
I'm already planning the parade. Yeah, we got it. Clear. It is. But yo, salute to everyone who has locked in. Agenda FC, you get 8 p.m. every Friday. Lewis, Tox, and myself, sometimes joined by a special guest like Ryan. Ryan, before we go, let them know where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at Ryan_K1 and on Instagram at Ryan_K.
See, there you go, people. And you can also find him on the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As on Sunday. He's a permanent host. And we're back today also as well, people. We're back tonight. 2 shows tonight. So 10 p.m. Gyardem City Podcast meets the Mandem United Podcast. That's myself and Yan City discussing both Manchester clubs. Go on, fam.
Can you put that comment from Lauren up at the end?
All right. Oh, yeah. Shout out Lauren and that.
This is the thing I was going to say. It's like, forget where our next win is coming from. I just want to see us score a goal. Like, we ain't scored for like, I don't know how long we haven't scored a goal. We haven't scored a goal since we played West Brom in the league. You
ain't scored a goal since like 2021.
Yeah, not in the league. We haven't. No.
In the league, you man ain't scored, and Arsenal are just Arsenal, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Even if we lost our next game, I just want to see a goal. That's it.
Fair enough. I hear that. But yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to Lauren. Big up everyone in the comments. If you're watching this back or you're watching this live right now, hit the like button, share, subscribe to the channel. It is road to 2,000 subscribers on Sarcasm City TV. We're now under 100 away. So get us to that ASAP. Like I said, we'll be back tonight as well. Gyardem City meets Mandem United podcast. Myself and Yan City discussing both Manchester clubs in first and second. So that'll be interesting. And then straight after that, 11 p.m., walk to the Octagon is McGregor versus, how do you pronounce the guy's name? Tox? What's his name? The guy he's fighting. Is it Poirier, yeah? I don't know how you say his name in that. Yeah. Beans, Lindrix, and Stroll doing a preview of the Conor versus Poirier bout walk to the Octagon at 11 p.m. So get locked in for that. But yeah, this has been Agenda FC on Sarcasm City TV. Thank you very much for tuning in.